Alright guys, this is your boy Lago One Half Endure back at it again with another video. It looked like this Mr. Fascinating is basically a troller or a clickbaiter, rage baiter person. That's what it is. I already did a video about him already, but this one popped up. I was like, really? Let's us see together. Cause he says the new started game humbles Nintendo in 3 harsh lessons. Really? Really? Okay. Let's see what you're talking about.
If Nintendo's arrogance had a face, it would be the $80 price tag slapped on Mario Kart World. And that's on top of $450 for the Switch 2. In a world where $70 games were already controversial, Nintendo looked at their game and decided fans would pay anything. The problem is, what they delivered didn't match the cost. Not only was Mario overpriced, but Nintendo removed a vital fan favorite feature with an update, actively disrespecting fans. Mario Kart World players quickly dropped the online. The lobbies became half empty. Not to mention error messages started appearing when the game can't find players at all. For the first time in history, Mario Kart looked vulnerable. And right in that moment, Sonic's new racing game came around. The success of Sonic Racing
Again. Okay. I'm not the online person. I mostly go online people like with like AA and AA and everything like that. Like I go with people. And online I have done, people have come, no problem. I mean, come by my lobby. Like again, my sister and her boyfriend, and like I said, I got people that play stuff and it's fun. So again, mine is just experience of something else. But I gotta ask a question though. You're saying all this stuff now. Wait until the end of the year. Are we gonna see the exact same thing? And also, as I said in the other video, the sales would tell you different. I guarantee you that. But anyway, let's keep on going because some people just like to put a head in the sand and think stuff like that. And again, I'll point out, I'm not against Sonic Crossworlds becoming successful. I wanted to play, but delusion is illusion. Okay?
open beta humbled Nintendo. Not with bigger polish or a bigger open world, but with 3 major lessons they should quickly learn. The third one is definitely the most harsh. I'm Mr. Fascinating, and in this video, we'll explore how these 3 factors allowed Crossworld's beta to explode on Steam charts, with influencers and media outlets saying it's better than Mr. Fascinating, and in this video, we'll explore how these 3 factors allowed Crossworld's beta to explode on Steam charts, with influencers and media outlets.
You use the same stuff as you used the last video, 1 and 2. Steam really? You can. Here's the funny thing. You cannot call. You don't have an algorithm to compare what people played on the Switch and the Steam charts. These charts are open based. Got to that. Granted, not knocking that or whatever. But where's the algorithm to show that people are still participating in Nintendo? Because I can't do it right now because I'm at work, but I'll bet you if I go home right now and go to the lobby, it ain't as empty as he says. And again, that's maybe my region, my situation, whatever. But Crossworlds, okay, let's just see what he's saying.
Saying it's better than Mario Kart, and why Nintendo should learn from these 3 things if they want to regain player trust. Mario Kart used to be the comfort food of gaming. No matter the generation, you could count on pure chaos, tight tracks, and friends yelling at each other over a stolen win. But in World, Nintendo decided that wasn't enough. They shifted the formula into an open-world focus, forcing players through long intermission routes between races, which got boring with time. What sounded like evolution ended up breaking the very rhythm people came for. Fans didn't want an open world. They wanted the arcade racing they were used to. But even still, during online matchmaking, players found a way to circumvent this. By voting for the random option in lobbies, the match would be composed only of the traditional 3-lap structure, with no intermission routes. It became really funny when everyone online would vote for random, simply because everyone disliked the intermission routes. Yet Nintendo noticed this, and instead of iterating on the player's visible desire for more choice, decided to double down. Nintendo released an update that completely removed the feature of avoiding intermission routes online, and it felt like betrayal. That decision lit a firestorm. Everyone felt alienated. A franchise once known for instant fun now felt like corporate arrogance in disguise. Mario Kart was supposed to be the
I still understand the whole intermediate. Like what we do is just wait until everybody selects stuff, done, and move on. Again, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm playing it different than anybody else from online. It's just weird to me. But I digress.
People's Racer, the game anyone could pick up and play the way they want. Instead, it became a franchise that told its fans how they should have fun, forcing people to play sections they didn't enjoy. A good product adapts to the will of the customers, but here, Nintendo wanted the customers to adapt to their view of the product. And of course, the customers didn't. That's why the online became empty. The empty lobbies became the symbol of a game that lost touch with its own community.
Really?
Players quit and went looking for a new kart racing alternative that...
So you use a screenshot like that? That's what we're doing now. And I'm not even gonna argue the point because it's just so stupid. I'll just leave it alone. All right, bro. We go with your situation. The lobby's empty. The game ain't selling, even though the game is still #1 in Nintendo's charts selling. So I don't know, but okay.
Actually respected them. That's where Sonic came in. This is the first lesson that Sega is teaching Nintendo: respect and listen to players' feedback. For decades, casual gamers saw Sonic's racing spin-offs as bland clones. Mario Kart defined the genre. Sonic was a curious alternative, but Crossworlds flipped that script with one simple philosophy: give the fans what they asked for. Sega didn't just market their game for a few weeks and then released it for $80. Sega actually promoted the game for months, not just for marketing, but because of beta testing. They held various beta periods across the year. Of course, during the first ones, there were some rough things. Players noticed lack of polish, imbalanced game features, and various other problems. They were vocal about it, and that's good, because unlike Mario, Sonic listens. From the earliest beta, Sega treated players like collaborators. Feedback wasn't ignored, it was acted on. Every test made the game better, faster, tighter, more...
I would say that's the one thing I don't like about Sonic, and even in Sonic All-Star, which is a game I have and I like. The drifting is not as tight as Mario Kart. Like just turning the car sideways like that just feels weird, and this is opinion. I'm not saying and other people might like it, but I could direct where the drift happens in Mario Kart. Sonic racing games, it's hard to predict sometimes, and it's like you gotta, and I play more Mario Kart than Sonic, because Sonic, the game after Sonic Sonic All-Star Transform Racing, the one that was on the Wii U, the one after that was complete garbage. That was a bad game. I didn't like it. It was just whatever, and it felt like it just took steps backwards. Crossworld looked like it's a good game. He ain't came out yet. Everybody has the betas and all that stuff. I hope I hope it sells well. I'm not gonna say I don't want it not to sell. I want it to sell well. I have no problem against competition. Ooh, if Sonic Crossworld is, let me put it this way: if Diddy Kong Racing came out right now and Microsoft made Diddy Kong Racing, just saying it was on all platforms, and it was the same tight style gaming from Diddy Kong from 64 or the DS, I don't care. I'll say, hey, it might not sell Mario Kart, but you know what? It's a better game technically, and Sonic Crossworld could be a better game technically. It's not gonna sell as much, but good game is good game. But I'm thinking this person here is just literally it's weird, really weird.
Quality, more balance, more fun. Then Sega did something unthinkable in today's industry. They let the doors wide open. They released a free open beta that you didn't have to request access for. You could just go and download it on any platform, and it blew up. Sega wouldn't be confident if they released the free open beta out of nowhere. They were confident because they knew they improved on players' feedback from previous tests. Suddenly, the game's player count on Steam skyrocketed. Streamers were enjoying Sonic's chaos. Influencers were praising its fun factor, and even renowned media outlets started saying the game might actually be more fun than Mario Kart. Another crucial difference is, Sega didn't try to gatekeep their game. Nintendo was not focused on making a game as great as Mario Kart 8. They just used the hype of the new console for people to pay $80 for a new game. Not rationally, but emotionally. The user score on Metacritic told the story. Critics praised the polish, but players gave it a lukewarm 7.0. That disconnect was jarring, and it exposed
Really?
Nintendo's real goal. Mario Kart's role was just to be a good console bundle. Once the Switch 2 hit numbers, they didn't care if the lobbies died. You can see it with them actively removing player choice. They just don't care. While Nintendo gatekeeps a new overpriced Mario behind an overpriced console, Sega completely humbles them with just a few words: free open beta and crossplay. Which leads us to the second lesson: accessibility. Nintendo made their fans pay $530 total to play Mario Kart World. If they didn't get the bundle version, Sega went the opposite route. Crossplay meant your friends could join in whether they were on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or even the Switch itself. No barriers. In 2025, online gaming is highly competitive. If your players don't invite their friends, your game won't stick around. Nintendo forgot that, but Sega nailed it. Kart racing fans that felt empty from the disappointment of Mario decided on...
Okay, so we'll see. We will see from now until, let's go 2 years from now, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Fascinating. I guarantee you, from now to 2 years from now, we'll see the difference between the game. Let's see. Let's see what happened. Again, proof's gonna be in the pudding. Let's see what happened.
A whim to test out the new Sonic game, and they were so surprised that they quickly invited their entire social circles to play it. It was contagious, literally viral. That's how a Sonic spin-off that only hardcore fans knew about suddenly reached mainstream status, and I guarantee you that this will convert into sales. And the irony is that Sega didn't even plan for this timing. In an interview, they admitted they were surprised Mario Kart would launch so close, but they were only focused on making the best Sonic racing game possible, and it paid off. Destiny has a way of rewarding the hungry and humbling the arrogant. The open beta was a major risk. If the game was not fun, word of mouth would get around and kill the game's chances at succeeding. Of course, everyone knows Crossworlds won't be a free-to-play game, but what matters is, Sega was bold enough to give players the opportunity to try it, because they were confident in their product, while Nintendo made you pay $500, just for players to try out Mario and only then see it wasn't what they wanted. Both types of players tried out the game they were interested in. One of them will walk out with a wallet over $500 fuller. One of them will actually continue playing it when it launches, because this is the weirdest thing about this whole cultural phenomenon. There are Switch 2 owners that have played less hours of Mario Kart World since release than the hours they put in Sonic Cross Worlds during the few days of beta, which is the...
How can you tell that? I could see a person saying, hey, I paid 50 hours in Mario Kart and 80 hours in Cross Worlds beta. A person say that. How you can tell that to all the games it's playing? No, you ain't. No, you're not. I guarantee you, there are way more hours in, not even half the hours of beta towards the Mario Kart game being played. Guarantee you that. That's the part I don't get. It's like, why are you making up this? Why are you making this competition more than it needs to be? 2 games came out. 2 games is good. Play the games. Have fun. You don't have to buy a Nintendo console. You don't have to buy a Mario Switch 2. I've always said that. But this is what destroys gaming. This stupid dumb argument on the dumbest of things. Bruh, games coming out. Sonic's good. If it's good, it makes money, it's all right. Mario came out, come on. Crash Bandicoot, if it comes out with a new game, I don't care. If it's a good game, let it play. I don't care who's better or not. It's fun? Yeah. It's fun? Yes. It's fun? Yes. All 3 games are fun? Okay. And people speak with their wallet. That's all it is. And we want different games. We want different genres out there so the market be healthy. I'm not going to put, because, oh, this is better than this and this is better than this. In a situation like this, there's some games you need to do that for. This one is not one of them. Because the thing about it is, like, he's thinking like Mario Kart 8 is gonna sell only 8 million this time. The way he's speaking, it's not like they only sell 8 million. We know it sold 70 million. If you add on the Wii U, Mario Kart 8 sold over 100 million. Mario Kart 8 still plays to this day. People still play Mario Kart 8. And good for them. And it's a great game, and I enjoy it myself too. So it's still there. But come on now. Let's be reality. Let's not destroy gaming as it is. Let's just have it. If Sonic Crosswalk is a good game, shout outs to the Sega team for making a good game, and I hope it sells well. That's where I'm at. If it's a great game, I hope it sells well. I hope it does good. It has its own gimmicks there for Mario Kart. It stands out. Good again. Great on Sonic team for doing that. Props to y'all. Don't get, yeah, and he's talking about arrogance and don't get cocky now, because you do not have the track record. You just don't.
Cruelest part. At the end of the day, all the marketing, all the pricing, all the crossplay decisions mean nothing if the game itself doesn't deliver. And that's the part Nintendo forgot. Mario Kart World tried to reinvent itself as an open-world racer, but the reinvention diluted the soul of what made Mario Kart special. Long stretches of empty driving, forced intermission routes that kill the pace, a game that wanted to be a platformer, an adventure, and a racer all at once, and ended up being none of them with conviction.
Okay, if you say so. He did it before DS. If you played DS, but again, it's what it is.
Meanwhile, Sonic Racing Crossworlds took the opposite approach. No fluff, no distractions, just pure unapologetic arcade chaos. Tight tracks, insane speed, exactly the kind of non-stop intensity fans had been starving for. Add the rival system, where a character taunts you throughout the race, and suddenly every match feels personal. Customization pushes it further, letting you stitch characters and gadgets together in ways that change strategy, not just cosmetics. Sega didn't try to reinvent the wheel, they refined it. They doubled down on exactly the type of experience fans were craving, and they delivered it at full throttle. By trying to make Mario Kart have the grandeur of a huge open-world game or a full 3D platformer, the game ended up being many things, but not simply Mario Kart, not the thing players simply wanted, and also not the thing Nintendo wanted, because even the open-world single-player experience feels empty, with no substantial progression system to motivate you to play through it. Sonic didn't win by being bigger, or flashier, or more polished. He won by giving players the one thing they wanted most: pure arcade fun. Unfortunately, the core of Mario Kart World's problem is not just the pricing and controversy around it. It's the game itself. That is Nintendo's harshest, final lesson, taught brilliantly by Sega. Make the game players actually want, and make it a fun one. Because if it's not fun, why bother? Click the video that's appearing on screen right now before it disappears to find out the fourth, now truly final reason why everyone is quitting Mario Kart to play Sonic.
I just realized.
You're delusional, my friend. That's all I can tell you. You're delusional. I don't know what you're saying, but let's see the sale price. Let's see if the money backs up the wallet. Speak with your wallet. That's what it is. I got nothing to say. I don't know what to say to this guy. So it is what it is. It kind of sounds like an AI person speaking, and they do the voice, but it could be I could be wrong too. But we'll see. That said, remember, there's no perfect games out there. None. Not a one. There's no perfect games. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy games on all consoles, including PC. Good grief.